So hey guys, welcome to my channel. I just want to I want to document some weight loss I had back last year from 2016 to this year, 2017. So yeah, you guys can see in this video that I was fat. Like I was really fat. I weighed 210 pounds, and when I went to the doctor here in China, I had a 30% body fat. So basically, what I'm going to show you guys is basically just I took pictures as often as I could, not every day. I was taking at first I was taking pictures every day. Then it was like 4 or 5 times a week. It probably got down at some point to 2 or 3 times a week before finally it got spaced out to where it could have been once a week, it could have been twice, it could have been 3 times a week. So yeah, I'd also like to say like during this time, I wasn't, um, I was focusing on my diet, but I wasn't really focused on my diet. I wasn't going extreme with it. I just maybe I did it first. I tried, but I mean it's hard. You really have to sacrifice a lot just to focus on your diet. I mean, I was living in China, so there's lots of good food over here, and for the most part, like it's not as unhealthy as like your typical American diet at all. Um, but I did go out and I did drink. At first, it was like I actually tried to completely quit alcohol, which was I did it. I mean, it just got boring. I mean, I didn't have really any life or anything. So the events like leading up to this was I came back. I had worked in China for 3 years, and I had a pretty good experience. And I'll talk more about it in other videos. But I came back to the States, and I got a job working property management. I looked forever trying to find jobs. It just was difficult. I was applying like 200, 300 applications. I think maybe 400 applications I sent out. And eventually I got accepted to work this property management job. Um, yeah, so the job was actually like 2 hours away from where my house is at. And I own the house, so it's not like I wanted to rent a place at first because I wanted to make sure I liked the job, and it's cheaper just to stay in the house I was at. So I started commuting, and on top of the actual job itself, I was working a lot of hours each week. I was only in the office probably 40 hours a week, but we had meetings we had to go to after work. And then we were also on call on weekends. Sometimes we would rotate between the office, like who would be on call. If you're on call, you kind of had to be near the phone because at any time somebody could call you and there's something that needs to be fixed. And then with the meetings, it depends. Like sometimes we'd have an extra 10, 15 hours of work for meetings, if not more or less. But it averaged out quite a bit more than I thought it was going to be. And so also, I mean, with the commute factored in there or commuting back from properties where I was having a meeting at, I'd get up at 5:30 in the morning and I'd get home at, at 11 o'clock at night sometimes. And I would just go to sleep and I'd do it again. And this, I mean, I had no time for working out or exercising or whatever, and I didn't control my diet at all. And this is basically what happened. And so for a year, I ended up putting on like 40 pounds and losing all my muscle, losing all everything I'd worked for before, and I actually became like a really unhappy person.
So good evening, guys. It's been about 8 months now since I started trying to lose weight, and since I got to China and just started exercising. And I know we just talked about kind of like what I went through, why I did this, and now I want to talk about like some of the most difficult parts about losing weight for me. And before I start, I do want to say, sorry, I know the light's not really good. I have got my iPhone over here with a light projected at me, because my light above has died, and I'm moving out pretty soon, so I'm not going to get it fixed. I move out 3 days, so it's not really a big concern. And yeah, like my place is pretty messy right now. I'm just doing a bunch of grading for my classes, trying to finish up and bounce out of here. But yeah, so like, what were like the most difficult things for me losing weight? Number one was just changing my lifestyle. So I mean, before before I got to China, I was drinking sometimes a little heavily, not probably compared to a lot of people. I mean, I wasn't addicted to alcohol in the sense that I was like binge drinking all the time or had to drink or anything like that, but I definitely was consuming too much alcohol. And so, I mean, it was difficult because it wasn't just like I was overweight, I was actually unhealthy at the same time when I quit. And so, it's not like I just was gonna put down alcohol. And I mean, like I said, like it wasn't like I was waking up in the morning and grabbing a fifth of liquor and chugging it either. I mean, it was just a routine, have 6 beers at night here. Maybe some nights only have 3, but maybe darker beer where, like it's gonna pack on more calories, has a higher alcohol percentage. And when you get in a routine like that, you just don't. I mean, you can stop, right? I mean, you can stop with a lot of stuff, but it's not really easy, and it can cause some problems. So it's in an unhealthy state, and so I just had to start progressing slowly. And at this point, I'd like to say, like, I know a lot of you guys probably see, these things on TV, like lose so much weight in so much time, or you see YouTube channels where somebody's like, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. I've seen them 30 days where it's like, and sure, I think, somebody's done that. After my first 2 months, I think I was already down like 20 pounds. But it would fluctuate. It wasn't, it'd be like, I'd put some of the weight back on because I wasn't disciplined enough because I was going through this like transition of trying to cut back drinking and just getting into a more healthy routine. And I wasn't going to do it all at the same time. So I didn't think that was mentally the best approach to it. I mean, for some people, maybe that is. I mean, I've gave up things before, cold turkey. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about heavy stuff, but I mean, like, for example, coffee. I've quit drinking coffee and it sucked. I think it'd be easier for me to do now, but I gave it up cold turkey, of course, several times, and it's not really easy to do. So, changing your lifestyle, changing what you do, and putting your body, and also exercising and changing that, it can be quite difficult. So, I think at first my goal was like in 3 months, let's lose 30 pounds. I would be in good shape again. It took me a year to put all that weight on, and 3 months was a really unrealistic goal because I had to change a lot about me. And so now, let's see, I got here in September. I probably started working out October, so October, November, December is 3 months. And let's see, we're in July now, so that's 7 months. Oh, it's been like, no, we're not in July, we're in June. It's been 9 months now. So, yeah, I mean, I feel better now. I feel like I've definitely changed myself. I couldn't have done it the job I had before. It was too stressful. I had to take a less stressful job. I was lucky that I could do something like this. I'm lucky that I don't have kids yet, that I'm able to have this time to do this. I'm not pressured or anything like that. But it's definitely possible, and I'm glad, how everything worked out. I'm going to continue. I want to continue to keep losing weight, see what I can do with it. Yeah, I mean, I still go out. I still have some beers. I still, go to a party, bars sometimes. I just don't do it as much. And I feel better because of that. It's better like trying to balance your life and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, this is my experience. If you like the video, go ahead and click like below. And if you want to follow more my vlogs in China and also in Asia, just go ahead and subscribe. Cheers.